reading this handwritten sculpting of the music and seeing the search for refined tools for expression does run the danger of making us think of Beethoven as a kind of a calculator, as someone who was, in a removed way, trying to build this refined and perfect machine. Of course, what's even more impressive is that Beethoven was one of the greatest improvisers that ever lived. And not only wasn't he an improviser, but he was an improviser who believed, and this is what one can trace through his history and the people that were around him. He really believed that you could speak in music, that you could speak to someone in music. People that were close to him would have tragedies in their life, and instead of writing them a note or even trying to speak to them in consolation, he would say, now we're going to speak in tones, and he would play to them from the piano his thought, his prayer for their health, their recovery, their reconnection with life through the music that he was sharing with them. And he would literally do this. He would go to their house, he would play to them in tones. He would leave, actually, without even saying another word. But everyone that wrote those accounts was only telling the account because what he had said in the tones had meant everything to them. So we're seeing the mixture of someone who can reach into themselves spontaneously and touch on and express difficult, powerful emotions. But he's able to give them the vehicle of music. And not only that, he's able to study and design that vehicle so it can be the most powerful, most durable, most complete vehicle that he's capable of making it. And when we enter these scores, what the music says is already expressed when we see the pitches in another form. But that process of refining and reaching further for what this object really can communicate, these pen strokes are taking us into that process. And we can hardly analyze all the many ways that it inspires us. But it is something you feel, something that then you're forced to describe, that you're forced to grapple with as a player, as someone who's trying to learn this music. And I can certainly say that we are seeing, if in one form we see Beethoven in black and white, when we enter into this arena, it's as if we're seeing him in full color.